In 1968, during the Vietnam War, 2 American soldiers are stuck in a jungle during a storm. The leader uses the radio to call for help and explains they've lost the rest of the team. Suddenly, the other soldier screams as he disappears among the trees and the leader opens fire, but he doesn't hit anything. Terrified, he starts to run through the jungle while noticing something moving in the bushes. At that moment, a dinosaur jumps out and kills him. The next morning in an American camp, a Vietnamese woman tries to tell the soldiers that a feather demon took her husband, but they don't believe her. A truck with mysterious containers has been captured and a quick scan detects a dangerous level of radiation. As a few bombs go off nearby, a soldier calls Colonel Jericho to inform him about the truck and the team that went missing last night. Jericho decides he'll have to send the Vulture Squad on a rescue mission. Meanwhile, the Vulture Squad is sneaking into an enemy camp. They surprise 2 guards from behind to quietly bring them down, and the snipers shoot the man on the watchtower from afar. Now they can move ahead to attack the camp by surprise. The team opens fire as they move through the site, killing every enemy that dares to get too close. With the snipers providing cover, it takes little time for the squad to clean the area. Afterward, they check the prisoners, finding 3 fellow Americans already dead and 2 living ones inside a cage. Suddenly, an enemy soldier comes out of hiding to attack, but a sergeant quickly kills him with a machete. Soon helicopters arrive to pick them up, and the Vulture Squad is informed that they've already been chosen for another mission. Moments later, the Vulture Squad is dropped at a camp where the Americans are holding a tiger in a cage. Jericho tells them about the missing team and the rumors of something strange happening in the valley. He wants them to do reconnaissance and find the missing men so they can send helicopters to do the extraction. When the team asks for more details, they're told it's classified. In private, Jericho asks Vulture leader Baker to keep his men in control. If all goes well, Jericho will erase some old allegations from Baker's profile. In the main tent, Keyes tries to talk to Stovall about his PTSD. He sometimes gets too loud while they're on a mission, and one day that may get him killed. Keyes makes him promise that he'll get help soon. In the evening, the Vulture Squad flies to their next mission. The helicopter system suddenly starts beeping and the pilot says that the weapons are failing, but at least they're still flying straight. The group is dropped near the jungle and they immediately notice a game trail among the trees. They're confused by the trail's size because it looks bigger than an elephant. As they start searching the area, they find bird footprints that are also too big to match any known animal. Nearby, they discover enormous feathers that seem to match the size of the tracks. Eventually, they find a backpack with a map that marks Research Station 4 and a notebook that says we are being hunted. The backpack was found surrounded by tons of casings and 2 different kinds of tracks, so they decide to follow them. The squad goes further into the jungle while noticing something moving among the bushes that keeps making a weird noise. Suddenly, something grabs Baker's leg and starts dragging him on the ground. Baker quickly opens fire, not stopping until the mysterious creature drops him and runs away. The rest of the team rushes to check on him and patch his wounds before they carry on. Meanwhile, a team of Russian soldiers called the Dogs of War is also in the jungle trying to find the Americans. They've kidnapped Condon to be their guide. They find some casings on the ground and notice they're still warm, so the soldiers ask Condon to pick up the trail. They also hear weird noises as they move ahead, and the soldier at the back of the line doesn't see the dinosaur in the bushes, so the beast quickly bites him with its huge jaws. When the others find the body with the organs out, they think the Americans did it. Back to the vultures, they continue to move while discussing the possibility of monsters in the jungle. Finding a huge claw on the ground makes them wonder if they should go back and pretend that they didn't find anything. However, Baker notices part of a soldier's uniform and announces that they'll keep going. Next, they enter a cave, where they're devastated to find the bodies of the missing team. It seems they were ripped apart by a huge attacker. Something in the shadows makes some noise as the squad moves ahead. Suddenly, a pack of feathered dinosaurs jumps out and the soldiers run to take cover while shooting at the beasts as fast as possible. Chaos and panic take over the cave as the men keep on firing their weapons, killing dinosaur after dinosaur without hesitation. In the havoc, Baker and Vern enter a narrow passage, accidentally separating from the others. The duo follows the passage until they leave the cave. They can hear some noises that indicate there are more dangerous beasts nearby, so they start climbing some vines to escape. A dinosaur soon finds them and tries to grab Baker, who immediately shoots the animal down. The gunshots get the attention of more dinosaurs, but they can't jump very high, so Baker and Vern keep on climbing until they make it to the top of the cave. In the meantime, the other vultures manage to leave the cave too. They hear noises in the bushes and think more of the feathered dinosaurs are about to jump out, so they get ready to shoot. However, they freeze when they see a giant beast walk by. After following the trail for a while, Baker and Vern stumble into a clearing and are shocked to find a huge dinosaur sleeping on the ground surrounded by the skeletons of its meals. Suddenly, 3 babies appear from behind their sleeping parent and make noises at the humans, causing their parent to wake up. Baker and Vern start running as fast as possible, occasionally turning around to shoot at the beast's face. This slows it down enough for the duo to hide in the bushes, but the dinosaur finds them anyway. In the morning, the other vultures cross a river and take a break. They're worried about Baker and Vern, but they don't want to return to the cave since it's too dangerous. When they hear some noises, they're forced to get moving again. Meanwhile, Baker and Vern roll down the valley since they're still being chased by the huge dinosaur. After lots of running, they manage to hide behind a fallen tree and Baker throws a grenade at the beast to distract it. Then they keep on running until they reach the edge of a cliff. They jump into the water to escape and the dinosaur ends up falling along with them. In the river, Baker has to carry Vern to the shore because he's unconscious, and the dinosaur swims away. At that moment, the men are approached by Sophia, who helps Baker move Vern and wake him up. She tells the guys that their teammates are probably dead and invites them to her lab. As both groups move through the jungle, they keep encountering all kinds of dinosaurs in all colors and sizes. They sneak around to avoid them, although Key's group eventually manages to walk side by side with some big herbivores. Sophia takes Baker and Vern to Research Station 4, where she's been living for over a year. She used to have a team of scientists, but she's the only survivor. They enter a room and she barricades the door while explaining that the building is made of steel-reinforced concrete, so it's very safe. Then Sophia injects some medicine into her arm and the soldiers freak out, demanding an explanation. While Vern tries the radio, Sophia shares that General Borden from Russia killed everyone who knew about this place and since then she's been surviving here alone. Apparently Borden has been building a collider. When Vern finally contacts the camp, Baker takes over the call and tells Jericho everything Sophia just said. He mentions the dinosaurs too and demands rescue for the rest of his team. If Jericho doesn't cooperate, Baker will go public about what he's seen today. Jericho doesn't want to believe the dinosaur story but does make his men investigate the name Borden. When he remembers a huge fang that the troops brought from the woods, he starts to change his mind. The trio leaves the building, hoping they can find and reunite with the rest of the team. The other vultures are currently crossing an open field when suddenly someone opens fire at them and Keys collapses with a wound in his leg. It turns out the dogs have found them, so now the vultures must fight back. Sophia and the guys hear the gunshots and follow them. Both teams stay hidden and continue to shoot at each other without accomplishing anything. Suddenly the battle is interrupted by some huge dinosaurs flying above them. The soldiers start shooting at the beasts instead while trying to find cover. One of the monsters lands in front of a Russian soldier and pokes him with its beak to expose his organs. Then all the dinosaurs gather around him to have lunch, so the other soldiers use the distraction to run away. The vultures carry Keys into the jungle while the two remaining Russian men open fire, keeping the beasts at bay before they reunite with Condon. Once they're far enough, the vultures take a break to bandage Keys' wound. At that moment Baker's group finds them, and the vultures are wary of Sophia because she's Russian too. Suddenly small dinosaurs jump out of the bushes and start running in circles around them, even climbing on trees to come closer. The soldiers immediately open fire and kill one beast after another, but more and more keep coming. They're so overwhelmed that a dinosaur manages to sneak behind them and kidnap Keys. After getting dragged for a while, Keys is dropped near a tree and surrounded by dinosaurs. He hits them with a branch to keep them away, only for a beast to jump on him from above. Keys manages to push it off and stand up, determined to fight. However, the dinosaurs just decide to run away. Keys thinks it's over, only to be suddenly knocked down by the large predator that scared the others away. The beast keeps stepping on and shaking Keys' body, causing even more injuries. At that moment Keys hears his friends getting closer, so he reaches for his knife and stabs the dinosaur in the neck. Hearing the animals cry, the vultures rush to open fire. The creature runs away in fear and the team runs to Keys' side to take care of his new wounds. Sophia thinks they should leave him behind but Baker refuses. In the evening the group arrives at Sophia's building and Keys is put down on a table so they can give him some injections for the pain. Baker notices Sophia sneaking out of the room and follows her to discover she's taken an injection for herself since she's an addict. Sophia says the dinosaurs were an accident that could have been stopped. Her husband was a nuclear research scientist and she's a paleontologist. The Russian army sent them to the middle of the jungle to do some dangerous research on a collider, supposedly to create a wormhole that would allow them to invade the USA. However, Borden cut corners. The collider malfunctioned and opened a portal to the past, allowing dinosaurs to come to the present. Afterward, the whole research team was killed except for Sophia, who wasn't in the building when the Russian soldiers came. Borden abandoned this lab and is now building another collider in the mountains. Later that night the soldiers see a dinosaur running near the building and decide not to shoot to avoid giving away their position. However, the dinosaur finds a window and the men are forced to shoot at its head anyway. All the commotion gets the attention of more creatures, so the vultures rush to position themselves on the windows and continuously shoot their weapons for several minutes until the beasts are gone. When something starts pounding on the door they shoot at it too, only for the dinosaur to return to the window instead. All the soldiers concentrate on attacking it, which leaves an opening for a second creature to burst through the door. The vultures work together to push the beasts back and lock the door. Then one of the dinosaurs climbs on the glass roof and breaks it with its head. The men shoot at it too, but they can't keep up with all the dinosaurs at the same time. Sophia tells them about a back door to escape to the docks, but Keys knows he won't survive, so he asks them to leave without him. Stovall shares one last cigarette with him before running away with the others. When the dinosaurs finally make their way inside, Keys activates 2 grenades. On the docks, the others watch the explosion and mourn their friend before getting on a boat. The next morning the boat is still sailing upriver. Baker tells his team about the other collider and they agree to destroy it. Sophia wants to give them a warning but passes out because of her withdrawal. When she wakes up, she explains they can't bomb the collider because it'd destroy the world. Instead, they must pull the plug. The soldiers admire the dinosaurs in the area and Sophia uses the chance to try to steal another injection. The men try to stop her and in the struggle they drop the syringe, only for a dinosaur to catch it as it jumps out of the water. Baker scolds Sophia and gives her cigarettes to help her cope. Stovall watches the aquatic creature go to the shore and feed on smaller dinosaurs, but the others don't let him shoot it down. Then Stovall considers self-deleting, however Baker stops him just in time and reminds him that they need him. After several hours of sailing, the group makes it to a foggy area. As soon as they land, they find a bunch of human bodies on the ground. They move carefully through the jungle but the fog still blocks their vision, so it's easy for a pack of small dinosaurs to jump on them by surprise. Chaos ensues as the soldiers try their best to defend themselves using guns, knives, and even their fists. Seeing all his friends get hurt, Stovall loses his mind and screams as he shoots at all the beasts, then he runs ahead to make them follow him. He stops at the river, where he continues to fire at the incoming monsters. Eventually he only has one bullet left and he laughs as he hears Key's voice in his head. The last bullet is used to self-delete, and the dinosaurs gather around Stovall's body to eat him. That night the team finally makes it to the Russian base and Baker calls Jericho to share the location. Jericho says that it's a national security site, so they mustn't damage it or even approach it. Baker pretends there's too much static that causes him to understand he got authorization to act, so he asks for rescue choppers before hanging up. The vultures agree on a plan and jump into action. They sneak around the walls and silently kill all the men they find keeping guard, cutting off heads if necessary. As most of the vultures keep on moving to kill Russians, Sophia and Baker discreetly approach the main area. They discover that the surviving dogs are back and Condon hates Borden for letting dinosaurs take over her homeland. After what they went through, the dogs aren't happy with Borden either and almost open fire, but other soldiers take them away. While the vultures start setting up explosives around the camp, Sophia and Baker knock down the two guards to release the dogs, who hear their plan and agree to help. Meanwhile, some Russian soldiers see a baby dinosaur coming and immediately shoot it down. Borden scolds them and soon they learn why. The baby's parents roar in fury when they see the body. The angry beasts run toward the base and start destroying everything in their way, killing the soldiers who fail to shoot them down. They eat some men while hitting their surroundings with their tail and stepping on the vehicles with their huge paws. Soon soldiers give up and start running away. The dinosaurs keep catching them in their big jaws and throw bodies at each other as if playing with their food. Borden runs to hide in a building and Baker's group tries to follow him, but the creatures keep getting in the way. They take cover and wait for an opening to rush inside. In the chaos, Condon recognizes Vulture Miller as one of the men who killed her family. She jumps on him and a vicious fight ensues, but the duo is forced to hide under a vehicle when the dinosaur gets too close. As the beast starts destroying tanks too, Miller fights Condon under the truck until he manages to push her off. He then tries to run away only for Condon to jump on him again to stab him. Miller begs for forgiveness as he regrets his actions during the war and finally activates the bombs. The huge explosion kills Miller and Condon and scares the dinosaurs away. Inside the building, Baker's group reaches a lab and kills a scientist who tries to stop them. Seeing this, the other scientists stay out of the way while Sophia starts working on deactivating the collider. The rest of the vultures soon join them, but their reunion is interrupted by Borden, who pulls out a gun. However, Baker shoots him down first and Sophia spits on him, refusing to kill him because she wants to be the bigger person. Afterwards, Sophia cuts a cable and the power goes out in the building. The emergency generator brings the lights back and they notice that Borden is gone. Suddenly a bunch of dinosaurs appear on the base to feed on all the bodies. They block the exit tunnel too, so the vultures throw 2 smoke grenades to slow them down and open fire. Unfortunately, there are too many of them and soon the creatures are inside the lab, destroying everything they touch. One of the dogs is knocked down and killed in seconds. Borden tries to use the control panel only to be quickly eaten too. The others put down an explosive and run away. To keep the dinosaurs from following them, a vulture stays back to keep shooting, so he ends up dying in the explosion. Sophia guides the survivors to a back door and they run as fast as possible since there are still a few dinosaurs coming. They manage to capture one of the vultures and his friends want to save him, but it's too late. The man is devoured by the creatures and the others have no choice but to run. Soon they find a ladder, so Baker sends them all out while he stays back to provide cover. He runs ahead and the beasts chase after him, thus he keeps throwing grenades behind him. This isn't enough to stop them and the monsters jump on him to kill him too. The rest of the group sees the dinosaurs coming for them after killing Baker, but thankfully they run fast enough to make it outside. Jericho is already waiting with the helicopters and a full team, so when they see the beasts coming, they all open fire together. The choppers provide cover from the sky, killing the flying creatures that now join the fight. Many soldiers are killed in the struggle, but the team manages to survive long enough to buy time. When the vultures' explosives bring down the base, everyone runs to the helicopters to finally escape. During the flight, Jericho scolds the team for destroying the machine and